What's good? What's good, man? So my laptop is under construction. Shit is messed up. I had allergies, real bad. Been kind of a mess, but so I'm giving you this video ghetto style through the phone. So yesterday TMZ posted this article about Derek Chauvin, and that's the cop who killed George Floyd. The 8-minute video. He had his knee on his neck. People were like, it's not the George Floyd trial, it's the Derek Chauvin trial. And it's like, yeah, you're right, it is. But people were upset at TMZ, and I was like, as a content creator, I kind of get why they titled it George Floyd trial, because the way that, see what happens when a black man or a black woman gets killed by the cops, they market their names, hashtag whatever your name is, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, you get where I'm going. And the problem with it is the killers, not the alleged killers, the killers, and in this case, he is the killer, their names don't get marketed like the victims. You know what I mean? George Floyd is a household name, has been a household name for almost a year now, but his killer isn't. That's a problem. And I think about it, other than Trayvon Martin, who wasn't killed by a police officer, he was just a random white guy, George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman is the only person that is as popular as his victim. You know what I mean? So it's like when you marketing these people, like we know about Breonna Taylor, all of us know how her name is spelled and everything. We done seen pictures of her boyfriend, her mama, and all of them, but we don't know the cops' names that killed her. We should be familiar with their names the same way. Same thing with Ahmaud Arbery. His 1-year anniversary was a couple weeks ago. He got killed in Georgia by some white boys. Why don't we know those guys' names? But we know his. And then when it's time to get justice, we get upset, of course, because the good old boys network, they do things their way. And like I say, they're doing this trial right now for Derek Chauvin. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they're already telling people in Minneapolis that they're putting up barricades around the courthouse. They did this with Breonna Taylor. They do this with everybody. When they start boarding up businesses and barricades and all of that, that means they're about to put a verdict that they know the general public is not going to be, the general public is not going to approve of. They're going to do it again. They'll wait about a year. They'll let this die down, no pun intended. And everyone's back at work and whatever. And then that's when they're going to lay the hammer. They'll give George Floyd's family some money like they did Breonna Taylor's people, like $12 million. And they'll move on. And that's the bad part. But like I said, as they market these names, they only market the victims' names, to reach out and to give notice. But the victims, we should know Derek Chauvin's name. Not just, I don't even think people know his face. He looks like a regular, average-looking white guy. If he walked down the street, would you know him? Honestly, would you say, "Hold up, that's that man who killed the"? For real, it depends on how many times you watched and studied that video. They're not promoting these killers the way they promote the victims. It is done intentionally. Rather it's Black Lives Matter or, social media, the social media justice warriors. It's ass backwards. Promote these goddamn killers just like we promote the victims. Mike Brown, his anniversary comes up every year. We know what he looks like. We seen his big body laying in the middle of the street, in the middle of the sun, baking for hours. We seen his mother crying. We seen the pictures, his graduation pictures. The dude that killed him, where is he at? I think his name was Darren something. And I'm ashamed to say I don't even know the guy's name. We don't know these motherfuckers' names. We just put them in that stash of old junk along with, white supremacists. Oh, they just white supremacists. Oh, they just white race soldiers. That's not good enough. Derek Chauvin's name should be stained to the day he dies. That man's name should be shamed for the rest of his life. He shouldn't be able to buy a beer another day in this world. He shouldn't be able to get another job. That should stain his career. We know George Floyd. Everyone had T-shirts with George Floyd's face and name on it. Everyone had, Miami, they were selling packs of weed. The George Floyd pack, I Can't Breathe. Believe it or not, look it up. I'm not lying. This is the shit that they do. I'm like, damn, if I get killed by a cop, I know y'all going to hashtag my name, but damn, please address the killer too. Don't let him go under. You know what I mean? Because y'all don't. When you do this, the killers get under notice, and they get, their faces they're not as familiar to the public as the victims, and their names ain't. And they get on. They get to get a leave of absence, or they get to find another job, and they move on and live happily ever after. George Zimmerman, is living a normal life. Everyone knows who he is, you know. But yeah, this other than George Zimmerman, I don't see anybody else who, like I say, the popularity matches the guys who they killed. You know, so TMZ, they was just trying to get clicks, and you know they're masters at clickbait and whatever. But they knew that's how they were gonna get you to click, because they know Derek Chauvin's name don't ring bells like George Floyd, and it should. That case, that trial that they doing, like I say, I give it this time next week. That city's probably gonna be on fire. You know what I mean? Hit that thumbs up button if y'all watching. This ain't no long video. But like I said, my laptop is under construction, so if you want to see me, you know, back in action, hit up the Cash App. Is get that laptop fixed. But Windows 10 is bullshit. But yeah, you know, the way we market this is backwards, man. I mean, athletes had Breonna Taylor's name stitched in their jerseys, and they had victims' names on the court and on the football field, but the killers, we just they just cops, they just pigs, they just white supremacists. Nah, that's not good enough. We need to know these motherfuckers' names, bro. Period. You know, the families know, the world should know. So that's just my thoughts on that, man. Let me know what y'all think as far as the way that they handle these the way that they've been marketing these victims over the last few years. Hashtag everyone get a buck off your name. Everyone gets views off your name and all that shit. But the damn killers get away with murder, literally. And they just get their names thrown in a pile of just, you know, a label, white supremacist. That's it. You know, okay, yeah, we get it. He's a white supremacist, but he has a name too. You know, hashtag Derek Chauvin.